Hi everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly Tea Time and a Card. I'm still trying to get situated. So welcome. I can see you guys all hopping on. Sorry about the glare. Let me see if I can lift this up a little. You can see some pretty colors here. 3 brand new colors I'm using today. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds to let everyone find me. Okay, I can see you guys all coming on. So the new annual catalog started yesterday. You guys have been able to start ordering. Just to let you guys know, there is a little bit longer of a lag time in orders going out because Stampin' Up has been crazy, super busy with orders, especially with demonstrators ordering a month ahead of customers. So that's a good thing. Our company's doing well. Everybody's buying. And now I can actually show you anything I want in this catalog. So I am not using any stamp sets today. I actually fell in love with 2 cards that I saw on our one of our demonstrator pages. And they both use the dots and spots die cut. Now this cuts out, I'm going to flip it over. You can see it cuts out all of these polka dots. So you can have a lot of confetti when you're done with it. I've gone ahead and pre-cut my 2 panels I'm using. So that's what it looks like. I didn't want to do that live so that all these confetti pieces would go flying everywhere. So I cut them ahead of time. And I'm also using the alphabet a la mode. And I've already picked out my letters. I'm going to flip them over to say the word hello. I just want to put them there so I'll know where they are. So both of these dies carried over into our catalog so you can buy them. Let me show you the 2 cards. You can see here that I am using 3 new colors. We've got Bubble Bath, Lemon Lime Twist. Now this was a favorite color of mine from a few years ago and it's come back. And then what is this one called? I have my ink pads here. This one is called Lemon Lolly. So look how pretty these colors are together, even though I'm not using the ink pads. There's no stamping, no inking today. So you see all of these little strips. These are all 1/4 of an inch wide. These are 1/8 of an inch wide. And I'm going to be using them on these 2 cards. Here's my first one. What I did is I glued the 1/4 inch behind the dots to give you the 3 colors peeking through. And then on this one, I weaved them. Now this one, I won't be able to complete the whole thing because it takes quite a while to weave these through, but I'm going to show you a couple strips just so you'll know how to do that. So let me give you the products I'm using. Now, you know what? I forget to plug my microphone in. You guys can usually hear me clearer. Hold on a minute. Usually a lot clearer when I use it. So both of the card bases are the Bubble Bath 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. So let me go ahead and fold those. So we got 2 of the same. I'm going to use one in this direction, and I'm going to use one in this direction. Then I have 2 pieces of Lemon Lime Twist. One is 3 1/2 by 2. That goes on this one. This one is 3 1/4 by 2, and that goes on this one. This is the one we're using to cut the letters out. This is 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. I just want to make sure my microphone is using. Can you guys hear me okay? Now I can't even see you. Sometimes I hate this iPad. There we go. Okay, you guys can hear me okay, right? Yep, I get thumbs up. Okay, so what the first thing I'm going to do before I show you how I covered these, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little trick to cutting out the hello so that it's nice and evenly spaced. Now, my ruler has a little foam backing. I'm actually going to bring in my silicone mat. I'm going to take my bubble bath. I'm going to tuck that under. So it's going to give me a lip. And then I'm going to put these down where they need to go. I'm going to line them up the way I want them. Because if you'll notice, I cut out the letters. So I use two pieces. I don't waste anything. I use this pink one to cut out the hello, and then I glued the letters on this card. Let me see if I can put these right here. Okay, let me keep going. So you guys are used to me creating a card in like 10 or 15 minutes. That's not the case tonight. I'm not going to be Speedy Gonzalez tonight. Can you believe it? Okay, I just want to make sure these are nice and straight. Now, I am using Post-it notes. I have a Post-it note on a tape, like a tape dispenser. I'm going to dig out a piece. These are sticky on the back. I have this lined up the way I want. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my cutting machine. Let me get my plates. Now I'm going to slide this over. And you'll see that it's perfectly spaced on the bottom. That's why I am able to use this pink layer in two different ways. The Post-it note actually holds the letters in place. So there's all of my letters that just fell out. And then I'll carefully remove this. I don't want to rip my paper. And then of course we need to keep that little piece in the middle of the O because we need to put that back. So there's a little trick on how to evenly space your letters so that you can cut that nice and straight. Okay, let's bring the cards in. Now first I'm going to go ahead and glue these in place. I'm going to use mini dimensionals. So I'm going to do the sentiments first. Oh, I'm just seeing I forgot to dig out my rhinestones. I'll have to dig those out. They're right in front of me on my shelf. Now this one's going to be a little too wide, so I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this. Just going to make some little skinny pieces right here. That way they'll fit right on the edge. We don't throw these away because look how much is wasted if we throw this away. This is all border pieces. Okay, now I'm going to glue this on the lemon lime twist. And I do need to grab another dimensional for the O. Oops, wrong one. I was going to say, oh no, that's too short. Okay, there's that. I should have put some under that H. Okay, that's good. Now we got to do the O. We got to put that back in place. So these cards are a little more time consuming, but so much fun. Okay, there's my first little hello. The other one is going to be glued in place. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my letters over on the wrong side. Add some adhesive. Now when you're doing this, make sure you don't squeeze your bottle too hard because you don't want a lot coming out. And you'll notice that I'm always moving it. I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to start with the middle letter, which is the L. And I'm going to go with the other L. These ones you do have to eyeball on your own. But see how quick that little Take Your Pick tool Picks that right up. You don't get it all over your fingers. And there's the H. Now I'm going to flip this over just so I can flatten it out. I did get just a little bit of glue right here. I'm going to move that out with the adhesive remover. I wish Stampin' Up! Sold these again. And all I'm going to do is trim just a little bit on the top to make that even. Okay, so now this one is ready. Let's bring these in. So the first one is going to be the one with the 1/4 inch wide strips. And it is going this way. And what I did is I just added some glue in between the dots. This one is pretty quick, but the other one is the one that takes a lot of time because you have to actually weave them through. And don't forget to comment. I will pick a name tomorrow for someone to win both of these cards. So now I'm laying these over the holes. And if you actually butt them against each other, it's perfectly lined up. That's why the 1/4 inch works well. It's even going to be pretty on this side when I'm done. And you do know that the liquid glue, even though it's drying, it's a two-way glue. That you can use it when it's wet, but you can also use it when it's dry because it remains tacky. Okay, let's see, pink, yellow. Oh, do I have enough? I might have a color or two missing. I think I have a yellow one missing. And you know what? I had a note here on this piece. I put the word glue. I don't know why I did that. Okay, I need to dig out my lemon because I need one more strip. Let me dig that out. And I'm going to cut. I'm just going to eyeball 1/4 inch. Close enough because it's on the back. Oh, it's not long enough. Hold on, I need another little piece. I'm trying to use my scraps. Nobody will know that I have a seam back here. Don't tell. Okay, now I need to trim. Actually, I need to move this one over just a tad. I can see through the holes. There we go. Okay. I just need to trim the excess on the ends. And look how pretty that is, you guys. Okay, that's card number 1, our layer number 1. We're going to glue this down with dimensionals. You could do a whole rainbow of colors on this. Okay, that's this card. But isn't that neat how the color peeks through? And I can't remember the name of the demonstrator that came up with this. I think it was one of our artisan designers. Okay, that's going to go right there. And then I'm going to do, this is flat. And then I'm just going to dig out my rhinestones, which I forgot to dig out. Hold on, where are they? Right here. And we're just going to put a few around the lettering. Okay, so there's card number, whoops, I didn't let go of that one. There's card number 1. How neat is that? Now, number 2. Okay, I will not be able to finish this because I think you would be sitting with me for probably a half hour. I went ahead and started weaving. Now, the trick to this is you just go over and under, but I use my finger in the back to push this through the hole, push it through the front. See how easy it goes through, but there's just so many strips. I don't want to spend my whole time with you guys watching. And if it gets to a point where it's hard to pull, because you don't want to wrinkle your paper, I use a tweezer to pull it out. Okay, one more on this one. And I made them a little bit longer, and you can just trim them once you're done. Oh, this one here I pulled a little too long. So let's go ahead and I'll do one more. And again, these are 1/8 of an inch wide. Very skinny strips. So if you have a lot of scraps, and you could also do this with designer paper. See, it wants to bend, and I don't want it to bend, so that's where I bring my tweezers in, and I just kind of pull. So you can see it does take a little bit of time, but it's so much fun to come up with the designs and the colors. One more. Okay, so you can see the color goes all the way to the bottom, and then what I did, where's my sheet? I have a foam sheet here somewhere. I lost it. Right here. I have an adhesive foam sheet. I would trim the ends off. I would stick this on the back just like that. And then you will have to go ahead and add glue to the end pieces so they don't stick up in the air. And then I glued this with dimensionals right here, added my rhinestones, and then it coordinates with this card right here. So how easy, you guys. If you have this die or a similar die, you can come up with the same design, different colors. I would love to see what colors you guys use. And again, that is the dots and spots dies along with the alphabet a la mode alphabet dies. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed both cards. The girl that had done this used different colors. She had used red, blue, and yellow, which was pretty also. So I hope you give it a try. And next week, I promised you I will be using a brand new stamp set. I had created these cards ahead of time and wanted to show them to you today. So glad you like them, guys. Thanks for all the hearts. And I will see you next week with some daisies. I have a daisy project to show you. Have a good evening. See you next week. Bye-bye.